For 6 years, renting with my guide dog, we went from story to story with our cameraman James. We went everywhere. But sadly, in the summer of 2016, Renton was diagnosed with cancer, which meant he had to get put to sleep. In the last year, I have been getting around with a white stick, something I'm not particularly very good with. They've now found me a new dog. This is Major, who's a cross shepherd retriever. Yeah, he's a bit different from Renton, aren't you? Yeah. Before I even start working with a dog, I have to learn the steps. It's all about getting your feet in the right position. It's just like Strictly Come Dancing, and I'm not very good at dancing. Having your feet in the right position is really important, because that tells the dog what's about to happen. We're going to turn left, we're going to turn right, are we going to go straight on? This feels strange being back out with a guide dog again, particularly after such a long time without one. It's all about getting my balance and that feel of walking with a dog again. Because I'm totally blind, I can't give the dog any kind of help at all, so it's all about trust. That's why it's really important that I get my feet in the right position to make sure I and the dog are going in the right direction. Jen is my instructor, and she's given me regular information to reassure me and the dog that we're going in the right direction and that we're doing things right. People think when you get a new guide dog it all comes ready wrapped, ready to go, but it's not quite as simple as that. There's still quite a lot of work to do. You've got to learn the new steps, or try and remember the steps you should have been doing for the past 6 or 7 years, and try and get your balance with the new dog. And that's not quite so easy. Renton and Major are quite different sizes, so you've got to try and get in step with them. Straight on. After a couple of days of doing some basic walks around South Lanarkshire, it's now time to get into the nitty gritty. And that's coping with off-curb obstacles. That's everything from parked cars on pavements to wheelie bins and overgrown hedges. Things that drive other guide dog owners and I mad, as it quite often can force us onto busy roads. I don't know why the dog is indicating to leave the pavement. So, as soon as I do leave, it's up to me to encourage the dog around the obstacle and back onto a safe area again. Pavements being blocked with obstacles is such a massive problem. It's something that we practice regularly. Now we've done off-curb obstacles, it's now time to go and play with the traffic.
So what we're going to do, start off with the near traffic. Okay, so the car is going to come from your right hand side.
A guide dog is one of the few dogs trained to disobey a command.
So it's nice and clear.
If I give the command forward and there's a car coming, he's not meant to leave the curb. We're not going to practice this. We'll do this in a very safe, controlled way, with Jen the instructor staying with me and Sarah the other instructor driving the car. Traffic coming from the other side of the road is far more difficult for a dog to judge. Nevertheless, the dog is meant to stop in the middle of the road before the car reaches us. Ultimately, it's my responsibility to take control of the situation when crossing a road. It's very difficult for a dog to judge traffic. They say that a dog has got the intelligence of a 2 or 3 year old child. So, would you like a toddler take you across the road? On you go. Straight on. Major and I have now learned all the moves, now to apply them when we get back to our home area. My own street at home could be the biggest challenge I've faced so far. Overgrown hedges, narrow pavements, and in some areas no pavements at all. It's really putting Major through his paces. On high streets, the major obstacle becomes other people, and that's where my right shoulder work becomes really important. That means that Major is not allowed to let me collide with anyone. It can be a bit of a problem these days because people tend to spend more time looking at their smartphones than they do looking where they're going. And that's really unfair on the dog, because I don't know the difference.
Find the step, good boy. Find the step, good boy. Find the step, up.
After
Find the
practicing
step.
in our hometown for a few days,
Good boy.
it's
Find
time
the
now
step, come on.
for our next challenge, and that's using trains. To get to
Nice
work,
and
I'm
steady.
going to have to change trains at Cambuslang.
Whoa, that's a big step.
This one's a bit scary. I'll try and think of another way of getting there. Finally, we arrive at the exhibition centre. This is the station I need to get off at to go to work. So he has to learn this one, and he needs to know it well. Even I can't get lost in here. Outside the exhibition centre in Glasgow is a big wide open space. I've got to navigate this to get to the BBC. Not easy for the dog, and easy for me to get lost. Because it's a wide open area, there's no natural route for the dog to follow. After a few attempts, Major and I are slowly learning this route. This route to the BBC is one that Major is going to have to do every day. That's the early part of our training finished. It can take up to a year to establish a new partnership, so our journey is just beginning.